Hello, Mason Storm here. Today we're going to be making a honey mustard corned beef brisket. It's quite easy to make. We're going to be using the crock pot. Sit tight, I'll show you how it's done. I've got half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper powder, 2 tablespoons of honey, and 1 tablespoon of mustard. I've got my corned beef, and I've got a vessel of beef broth. I'm going to start off by making our honey mustard glaze. I did warm up this honey so it flowed a little bit easier because it was stuck in the jar, and that made it a lot easier. But it's a simple matter of just combining the mustard with the honey and cayenne pepper and giving it a little bit of a stir till it's all combined. If you wanted to go a little bit more elaborate, you could probably mince up some garlic and have that in there as well. That would probably take it up to another level as well. If you don't want any form of spice too, you can always remove the cayenne pepper. But I think the zing is pretty nice. And now, of course, I'm going to open up my brisket. I wouldn't normally show opening up one of these, but I do think there's a couple key points that you want to make sure of with your brisket. So first of all, we're going to wash it off because there's all those spices and seasonings in the bag, and we don't really need to have a little bit of an excess of that. So we give it a bit of a wash, and then we proceed to dry it off with paper towel. So we have our meat nice and prepared. And that will really give us our best time cooking this thing. Then we'll simply set it aside. And now we can put it inside of our crock pot and get our process starting. So you want to have the fat side up, whichever side has the most fat on it, have it up. And then we're going to put our glaze on top. And make sure you use it all up and get a nice good covering. And then once we have our glaze all in place, then we're going to start adding some of our broth. Now we're not going to completely submerge the brisket. We're simply going to fill it up to the point that the honey mustard on the top isn't submerged, so it's still above the water. And then we can throw the lid on it and throw her in the crock pot. Now I'm just going to cook this thing at a low temperature for about 8 to 12 hours. I cooked mine for 8. That seemed to be pretty good. It was really well done when it was completed. And this thing was just so tender. It was amazing. It was like a poor man's prime rib without all the crazy effort it is to make a proper prime rib. Maybe I'll do a video on that someday. Either way, I thought it was fantastic. You got any tips or suggestions, or you want to try this and tell me what your thoughts are? That'd be great. Leave them in the comments below. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. And until next time, stay awesome.